how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl, B Pharaoh BuzzzTweet Talk Radio. I hear some feedback already. I don't know where it's coming from, but I hope y'all can hear me because we're gonna have us a good day today. Hey April.
Hey, how you doing?
Girl, I'm blessed and thankful to be amongst the living. All praises to the Most High, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, I'm thankful I'm here another day.
Man, all praises. So what you up to? What's been going on? How was your you said you went somewhere the other day and there was a lot of people there?
Oh, when I went to the Prince, the immersive experience last weekend, that was awesome.
What was it, like a concert?
No, you went into different rooms from different scenes from the Purple Rain.
Oh.
If anybody's my Facebook friend, they can go to my pictures, and I have all the pictures. I'm like on a motorcycle. I'm in the room. I'm holding on to the bees.
You always doing something, man. Shout out to Monster Moshe in the chat room. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to the CUC. It's your girl B Sparrow over here on BuzzzTweet Talk Radio. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Girl, Juneteenth Monday. Woo! So we're gonna dedicate the last hour of our show to Juneteenth. We got a lot of Juneteenth things to come up, just to talk about. We did a lot of research on Juneteenth and came across a lot of things. Now, included some things about the Little Rascals. I know y'all wondering how Juneteenth and the Little Rascals and the LGBTQ, all this tied in together. We're going to talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. So you good, April?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm just sharing the show out. Yeah.
Wait, how's the weather there? Y'all still having that heat wave? Because yesterday.
Girl, oh my goodness, please! I don't even want to talk about this weather. Girl, we're in the heat wave, but you know what? I'm not even gonna complain. I haven't turned my air conditioning off for like 4 days. Commonwealth Edison, they're loving this heat wave. That's my electricity company. Everything in my apartment is electric. So I can only imagine what my electricity bill would be, but I'm not going to worry about it because, see, I'm not going to be hot nor cold for anybody.
Master Moshe said it's 105 in Vegas today. Shalom, Moshe Ben Yahuda. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. 105 in Vegas today. So we also had some entertainment news. What you got going on, April, and over there in the entertainment news?
Girl. Woo. Do we have a lot? Okay.
I know. Well, we're not going to talk about it right now. We just want to touch on it a little bit.
I'm clicking on my link
on your notes. Just we got the black. You wanted to talk about black guns rights, how they advocated against Joe Bear for her comments, and then you talked about Monique. Woo! We got some news with Monique. And then TD Jakes and his son-in-law, and it's just so much going on, y'all. So much. We can't make this stuff up.
No, we don't make it up. We don't make it up. And we come with the facts.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Breaking news. Right now. 2 people killed, 1 hurt in church shooting in Vista Hills, Alabama.
So
this
we got
is happening right now. Like they're doing a press conference.
I am Queen. Good to see you. I need to talk to you. I am Queen. I wanted to talk to you. Maybe after the show. I need to talk. We need to talk to you. Uh, so listen, y'all ready to get into this? Is y'all ready? Cause we can't wait no longer. We're gonna y'all go ahead and get y'all a drink or whatever you do. Get ready. We're gonna talk about these topics, and we're gonna be right back. Okay.
Okay.
This is B Sparrow and BuzzzTweet Radio.
BuzzTweet Talk Radio do not own copyright for this copyrighted material, but under Section 107 United States Copyright Office, Copyright Act 1976, this video, the music and content it contains is for education and or entertainment purposes only. Yes, y'all. How y'all doing today? It's your girl, B Sparrow, BuzzTweet Talk Radio. Listen, y'all, I got April Showers with me on the panel. We got so much we're going to talk about. But guess what, y'all? We're going to do this again tomorrow night. We're gonna do some things tomorrow night. We coming together. We're going to talk about some folks. Y'all hear me? Let me get to my first article because, listen, y'all know how I tell y'all to watch your kids. I don't care where you at, school, daycare. Y'all better keep an eye on y'all kids because there's something terribly going on when it comes to our kids. So I came across this article while I was roaming these YouTube streets, just minding my business. I don't know how I do. Came across this article where it says these teachers was caught on live stream abusing children, 3-year-old children. Now, this happens a lot more than people realize. Children spend more time at school than they do at home. And when we send our children off to school, we would like to think that they're going off to, safe environment, educated, responsible adults that will treat our children as if they were their own. That's what we expect when we send our children off to school, right? But a lot of times, a lot of times that is not the case because, it occurs. Okay, so let's say this. The abuse of students occurs when a teacher violates the rights of the students or endangers their well-being or safety. And we've been seeing a lot of that lately in the schools. It could be emotional abuse, physical, sexual harassment. It could be excessive or unauthorized use of corporal punishment or physical force, discrimination based on protected categories, including race, gender, disability, restrictions on the constitutional rights of the students, such as those involving freedom of expression and free speech, failure to access special needs of the students, such as handicap access, unfair academic treatment, such as bias or preferential treatment in grading, denial of education opportunities. And both federal and state law strictly regulates the standards by which a teacher is required to conduct themselves. Any teacher that violates educational standards may be subject to civil and criminal penalties. And I don't think that's enough. They need some jail time up in this joint. Because can you imagine a full-grown woman or man bullying your 3-year-old child?
No, I can't. I can't. And I would be the first to be trying to go up to the school to put some whip-ass juice on him.
I'm trying to tell you,
or her.
I'm putting hands on somebody.
Yep, I'm going to put hands. 3-year-old, oh yeah, I'm going to put hands.
Somebody gonna get these hands. And y'all, guess what? Y'all bear with me because I did not pull my article up. See, I thought I was ready. When you think you're ready and you're not, you gotta.
Yes, I'm ready.
I forgot to pull my article up though. That's the thing. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
I wanna. Well, who's in the chat room? Let's shout out the chat room right quick. Shout out to the CUC. Let's see who's in the chat room right quick. Go ahead, April. Shout that chat room out for me right quick while I find my article. You ain't shouting the chat room out. She ain't shouting the chat room out. Did I just say? Well, shout out to the chat room. I can't see y'all right now.
Monster Moshe, Love and Sun Rays. We got Khadijah, who is known as Poe from Spreaker. Thank you. We got I Am Queen, part of my OCOV family. Thus far. So we want to thank everybody that's here in the chat thus far. There will be more coming.
Yes. Yes. Here's my article right here. Shout out to the chat room. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate
you. Okay, wait a minute. And now is Moshe Ben Yehuda.
Moshe Ben Yehuda. Moshe Ben Yehuda.
Yeah.
That's my brother Moshe.
Yeah, brother Moshe.
In the building. So you have these two Georgia teachers on live stream for bullying and abusing these babies in the school. 2 preschool teachers arrested after allegedly being caught on camera abusing kids. And ain't no alleged if the camera is right there and showing you what they're doing. I don't know why they put allegedly in there because it's clear as day. 2 Metro Atlanta preschool teachers are facing child cruelty after authorities say a live camera feed inside the school captured them abusing children, y'all. Y'all better watch y'all children. A Roswell Police Department news release said Zena, I can't pronounce her name, but for now she's Zena, 40 years old, and Soriana Bracino, who's 19, were taken into custody after a concerned parent contacted police last week. The parents said they had logged into the camera system at the school and witnessed concerning physical contact between Zena and Bracino against several children in the classroom. Girl, don't you know I would have stormed down there so fast.
Girl, they would be bonding me out of jail.
Man, somebody would have got these hands.
Mm-hmm. They would have to bond me out of jail.
Yes.
You know, and there wouldn't have been no talking, no explaining. I would have went right in there and commence to putting that whoop ass on her.
I'm telling you.
It wouldn't have been no talking. It would have been nothing to talk about, nothing. There is nothing to explain about this.
Right.
You are wrong, dirty, and no good. A 3-year-old child, oh no.
Big ass bully. And then I saw on Facebook a couple of weeks ago where this teacher, full-grown teacher, was pointing her finger on the head of a student, just pushing her forehead back, like, and talking trash to her. And I said, that lady need her ass whooped. And you know, Facebook put me in jail for 2 days. She needed her ass whooped. You don't put your hand on no child. Whoop your own child. If you want to whoop somebody, if you want to whoop a child, whoop your own child. You cannot put your hands on other people's children. That's just not how it goes. So this article says the video clip released by the police department, which is just under 80 seconds long, shows a group of students sitting on the floor inside of a classroom. Approximately 16 seconds into the video, a woman can be seen bumping another student in the back with her knee. The other teacher, who is sitting directly in front of the child on the floor, appears to use her finger to push the child's head back. They do that a lot. One parent who said her 3-year-old son was sitting next to one of the victims told CNN that she quickly rushed to the school after witnessing the incident on the live stream and demanded the teachers be removed from the classroom. I wouldn't have demanded nothing. I would have went straight for her throat. She said when she arrived at the school, she alerted the front staff about the incident and refused to leave until the teachers were removed. She told CNN she was also the first person to notify the mother of one of the victims about the incident, and both demanded to view the recording. The next day, she said that after a school employee confirmed what she had seen and allowed her and one of the victim's parents to view the recording, one of the victim's father then called the police. According to her, every classroom has 2 live streams which parents have access to and can view throughout the school day. So no one else saw this live stream? Does anybody watch the live streams that's coming out of the classrooms? What made
Wow, that is interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting for a number of reasons.
Right.
The first reason I have is you really need 1,000% can of whoop ass because you did this and you know that you were being recorded. So you don't care.
So that's what I was wondering. Does anybody
you don't
watch
care that people are going to see you doing this?
Right. Did they not know they were being watched? Wow. So this article goes on to say the parent says there's no way I'll ever trust that school. I think it should be shut down. These are people I trusted with my children. It was a gut punch. I felt shocked. In an email to parents obtained by CNN, the school said they reported the incident to their licensing agency and Children's Protective Services and plan to fully cooperate with investigators. They said they were shocked to learn late in the day that teachers in the pre-primary B classroom were reported to have used inappropriate disciplinary action. Why were you surprised? You don't have nobody watching that live feed? What's the purpose of the live feed? Anyway, when contacted by CNN, a woman who answered the phone at the preschool said there is no statement. So,
I mean, and look how close she is to her.
Mm-hmm. Like she can actually spit in her face or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she was actually
got down on the floor like her, got right in her face, and did this to a 3-year-old.
But check this out. She was also denied bail, but guess why?
What happened?
She is in this country under an asylum, which means she had to flee her country. This young lady right here had to flee her country because her country was at war. She got into the United States under asylum. And now you got the nerve to abuse children. You can't even get out of jail. The other teacher got out on a $75,000 bond. She couldn't get out because she's here under asylum, which means she.
Which country did she come from? Please don't tell me Ukraine.
It didn't say. It didn't say.
Okay.
It did not say. So y'all, listen. Our babies cannot defend themselves. They can't tell you. They don't know how to tell you when somebody abusing them. If you have access to a live feed in your class, in your child's classroom, I don't care if you're at work, turn the computer down and watch that live feed. Watch your child. And listen, don't think that they're not grooming your children in public school. Parents have a good reason to fear grooming in public schools. If y'all don't know what that is, I'm getting ready to tell you. In 2014, the Government Accountability Office published a lengthy report warning that public school employees were grooming students with the intent to perpetrate future sexual abuse or misconduct. In that research, these educators first exhibit a pattern of grooming behaviors, for example, lavishing a target with gifts or extra attention, then move to the sexual misconduct and sexual abuse phases in which they begin sexually charged communication and, in many cases, explicit sexual contact with the child. According to the report, only 15 states had adopted policies to regulate grooming behaviors by school employees, and only 18 states require awareness and prevention training on sexual abuse or misconduct by school personnel. This is why a lot of people are homeschooling their children now. And we got a future show coming up about homeschooling. This is why people homeschool their children now. We have an article coming up called Homeschooling versus Public Schooling. And we're going to shoot a lot of facts on that.
Yes. I do commend people that are able to homeschool their children.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to see some stats on homeschooling.
We're going to bring all that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, families, y'all have young children in school. Y'all should have better tools to report abuse, and they give y'all live feeds to watch. Watch them.
Yes.
Watch these live feeds. Watch your babies, y'all, because there's something going on. There's I think, evil spirit that's attacking the children. They're attacking the children, and we have to be aware. Okay? So I want to go on to the next article, if y'all don't mind. Is that okay? Can we go to the next article about the corrections officer? Oh,
Okay.
listen, man. Women, we do anything for beauty to keep ourselves looking good. But at what cost? See, we got to stop going by the beauty standards of the United States, of this here America. What these heathens call beauty. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. That's what Confucius said. There are so many sayings when it comes to beauty, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the Temptation song, y'all. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beauty's only skin deep. Oh, yes, honey. Okay.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, honey. I wish I could get me a liposuction to get rid of all this gut and
girl,
stretch marks I done had for 40 years.
I thought I
marks from surgeries, having gallbladder removed. I wish I could have a flat stomach, get the liposuction, but I'm not going to try to kill myself doing it.
I know, right? There's, we say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty comes from within, and so forth. Y'all know all those beauty cliches or sayings that we say, but now there's a new one that says that beauty is in the jab, honey. Beauty is in the jab, meaning these beauty enhancements that they have, such as Botox, pills and filters, fat transfer procedures, and y'all know fat transfer procedures, also called fat grafting, and often referred to as fat transfer or fat injections, is the surgical process by which fat is transferred from one area of the body to the other. The surgical goal is to improve or augment the area where the fat is injected. So I came across this article that I wanted to read about the New York Department of Corrections captain who was 49. She died after traveling to the Dominican Republic to get fat transfer procedures, to get a fat transfer procedure. Turns out that the plastic surgeon that did her procedure fled the United States of this here America in 2011 after pleading guilty to practicing medicine without a license. He fled the United States of this here America in 2011 after pleading guilty to practicing medicine without a license. Y'all, we got to learn how to love our fat. No, this is not a laughing matter though, but we have to learn how to love ourselves more and stop letting everybody define how beautiful we are. So Captain Tandra Brown Williams, who worked on Rikers Island, died after undergoing a plastic surgery procedure in Dominican Republic. This procedure was operated on by Dr. Hector Cabral. Her husband, Curtis Williams, was told his wife had suffered a massive stroke. Cabral had previously been prosecuted in 2011, like we said, for unauthorized practicing of medicine in New York. In 2017, at least 4 other women died during surgeries with Cabral at the same clinic, while in 2018, another woman died after a heart attack following surgery. Now, rapper Cardi B claimed she once booked an appointment with this surgeon, with Hector Cabral, but she said she backed out at the last minute because she had a feeling. She had a feeling, and so she went to another doctor. I mean, it's sad that here in the United States, what women go through to look beautiful. But according to whose standards? According to whose standards?
And let's not forget Kanye West's mother. She also died for going under the knife.
Right.
She was a high-risk woman as well. And she still went under the knife, knowing that she had pre-existing health conditions. Hey, Just B and Harold McNutter.
Hey, Just B and Harold McNutter in the building. What up, Harold McNutter? My girl, Just B. So according to this article, Tandra Bowser Williams suffered a small stroke one day after her fat transfer procedure. At Dr. Hector Cabal's Centro International Clinic in Santo Domingo on May 13th. Dr. Cabral pleaded guilty to 1 count of unauthorized practicing of medicine in 2011 in New York. And we talked about that, how he fled the country. Butt lifts and fat transfers are some of the clinic's specialties. And it must not be that damn special because they're killing people. Their surgeries are killing people. Tragically, listen, they did not have, okay, let me finish reading this article. Days earlier, his companion of 26 years had promised him that he was going to love the results of her procedure, but then he received a call from a nurse at the United Hearts Clinic that his wife had suddenly taken ill. Her exact words to me were, "You're going to love Dr. Cabal's work." He said, "I didn't care one way or the other. I accepted my wife the way she was." He said they brought his wife out of a medically induced coma so that she could unlock her phone, and that's how they were able to get in touch with him. They didn't even have her next of kin on file. They had to bring her out of a medically induced coma so that she could answer her, so that she could open her phone, unlock her phone. That's how they got in touch with the husband. They told the husband that a stroke had swallowed her brain.
What now?
They told her that a stroke swallowed her brain.
Oh, wow.
Y'all, we got to learn how to love ourselves, fat and all. And this man is still practicing. Hector Cabal is still practicing. The death is under investigation. But he had been in trouble with the law before having been indicted in 2011. So he was in the law. He was in trouble with the law before he pled guilty in 2011. He had examined at least 10 women in the Washington Heights area of Manhattan in local health spas and beauty parlors without a license before luring them to the Dominican Republic for operations. Some of the women were left disfigured. Some of the women were left disfigured. This is a man that does not have a license to practice. He avoided jail after making a deal with prosecutors and had to pay a $5,000 fine, $23,000 in restitution, and conduct 250 hours of community service in the Dominican Republic. So he practically paid for his freedom. His clinic has been shut down on numerous occasions due to allegations of faulty procedures, which have caused deaths before reopening. In 2017, at least 4 women died during surgeries with him at the same clinic, while 8 New Yorkers who underwent surgery at his clinic contracted skin infections.
Oh, wow.
Lordy, have mercy. Lordy, have mercy. In July 2018, Catherine Jacqueline Perez traveled from the U.S. to Gabal's clinic and suffered a deadly heart attack during surgery.
Wow. I want to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Just B said, I want new titties, but glad I have zero interest in a BBL. Honey, I want new breasts too, but no, I'll stay like I am. I opt out for getting new breasts when I had my breasts removed. I didn't want nothing in me, nothing.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it to be beautiful by America's standards? Is it worth it? That's the question. You know what? I'll stay like I am, gut and all. If you don't like it, you can move on. You can move on. Just like we about to move on to this other story that we got lined up. Y'all remember in 2011, or maybe this was last year, this was 2021, when the Haitians was fleeing their country and they fled to Del Rio, Texas, and they all landed under this bridge. It was like thousands and thousands of them. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know y'all remember. So, and remember when they sent the agents on horseback, and it looked like, according to the pictures, that they were whipping the Haitians? I think I have a picture of that. Put that picture up where the Department of Homeland Security was sitting on horseback chasing Haitians that was fleeing their country, and they were whipping them with the reins that they used to guide the horses. Multiple horseback Border Patrol agents who were accused of whipping Haitian migrants last September will be disciplined by the Department of Homeland Security, according to a report. The agents accused of using their long reins meant to control the horses as whips against the migrants, and an investigation was later launched. The agents were pulled from their normal duties and are prohibited from having contact with migrants. Okay? Border Patrol agents are furious after it was emerged that the Department of Homeland Security is expected to punish them. So these agents feel like they didn't do nothing wrong. They feel like they didn't do anything wrong. But if you look at these pictures, what does it remind you of? What does it take you back to?
It takes me back to slavery days.
Uh-huh.
It takes me back to when they were hosing down black people that was marching with Dr. Martin Luther King.
Come on. But they feel like they haven't done anything wrong. So I'm going to go down this timeline right quick because I know we kind of pressed for time. I know we got entertainment news coming up, but I'm going to go down this time. And we got the history of Juneteenth coming up because y'all know Juneteenth is on Monday. The holiday that was ours is now a federal holiday, but we're going to talk about that too. So according to this timeline, for decades, Haitians have left their half-island nation, the poorest in the Western Hemisphere, in search of stability. They fled back-to-back dictatorships in 1970, then the fallout of the 1991 coup. Then came the 7.0 earthquake in 2010 that flattened much of the capital city of Port-au-Prince, which was followed by a destructive hurricane, which was Hurricane Matthew in 2016. The country is now on the verge of collapse, and the president has consolidated power and dissolved core governing institutions. Now, in September of 2021, border residents gathered in a grassy median waiting to see if the crossing would reopen. The border residents meaning Haitians, because they apparently closed the border. By late evening, Del Rio police officers could be seen directing traffic away from the ports. The Del Rio entry, which connects to South Texas, remained closed. So they were searching for help for the U.S. to help them. That's what they were hoping, that Texas, they would make it to Texas and get asylum. Just like the young lady was granted asylum that came over here and abused that little baby. These Haitians were seeking asylum. Okay? But within the next 48 hours, there were 400 agents and officers at that Del Rio bridge to control the area. The Biden administration quickly ramped up deportation flights to Haiti and stressed that our borders are not open and people should not make the dangerous journey. Individuals and families are subject to border restrictions, including expulsion. They didn't say that to the Afghans, did they? Months later, the Afghans fled their country seeking asylum. Oh, he flew them over here. The United States of this here America flew them over here. Y'all hear me? What? The United States of America flew the Afghans here when they seek asylum. Honey, by the time the weekend was over, that bridge was cleared out, and there was no trace of any refugee or migrant being under that bridge. They cleared that bridge out so quick. It's ridiculous. You remember that, April?
Uh-huh. And these are things that Kamala Harris should have been on.
Mm-hmm.
But here again, United States of America, why would they care? They don't want more dark people in this country.
Right. Right. It's just sad how they do us, but we're strong people. If we learn how to stick together and stop killing one another and stop hating one another and stop bickering with one another, man, we can be a strong nation. We can be a strong nation, but the hate is real. The hatred towards one another is real. They planted that hatred seed in us so deep, it can't be uprooted. All right, so we got some entertainment news coming up. It's
Yes.
on you. It's on you.
So the first thing that I would like to talk about, and B was talking about children. Watch your children. Watch your children, people.
Yep.
So what we have here now is T.D. Jakes' son-in-law was arrested for sexual abuse of his adopted daughter. Well, I shouldn't say adopted daughter. It's his daughter. Ooh, boy, I tell you, Lord have mercy. What do we have here? Lord, please forgive me, but hey, the potter's house has been making some clay. So let me give you the 411 on this news first. First, remember that man is of flesh, but we try to make them perfect. See, we do that. We try to make them perfect. So Cora Jakes Coleman, she is the oldest daughter of Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, Cora filed for divorce from her husband, Richard Coleman, earlier this year. Now, Cora was saying it was a personal and private matter, knowing doggone well her husband, Richard, had been abusing their adopted daughter. Cora and Richard married in June 2011. During their marriage, they struggled with infertility and had trouble conceiving. So Cora and Richard adopted 2 children, a daughter, Amari, and a son, Jason. So, of course, the church and world was gossiping because they had that big fancy wedding. And Cora serves as the associate pastor at Potter's House of Dallas. Her father is Bishop T.D. Jakes' ministry. Well, y'all, that clay done been broken. And Richard was arrested on child molestation charges. So, all jokes aside now, I'm glad that they did the right thing and that they had this man arrested. I'm glad they didn't sweep it under the rug like we like to do. We like to sweep things under the rug. I'm so glad they had this man arrested. I'm glad they went to the proper authorities. And I'm just thankful. Because, see, we can break this chain some kind of way. I know we can. And starting off with actions such as these is setting a precedent. What do you think, B? The little girl, she was actually 12.
This is what I'm telling y'all, man. We have to watch our children. I don't care if it's your husband, your boyfriend, and now you have to watch the boys just as much as you have to watch the girls. Remember, one time we only worried about the girls. Now you got to watch the boys. This is terrible. There's something going on. Something evil is attacking our children. Something evil is attacking our children, and it's we got to stay prayed up. We need to be prayed up for our children. Like, they are innocent little people. They can't even protect themselves. And you have these grown, full-grown people that's picking on babies. That's evil. I think that's evil.
Yeah, Cora and Richard, they had adopted 2 children. And breaking news in this that's showing up on my news feed, my Google news feed, is that the mother of Amari is really mad because I guess they had an open adoption. And she is mad that she feels like, the church did this. Well, no, the church didn't do this, mother. And whatever happened, they have had the man arrested. So be thankful for that. Just be thankful.
I have a 8-9-year-old granddaughter, and I just cannot imagine someone bullying my granddaughter, even if it's a child. I get pissed off. I get real pissed off. So I just can't imagine. So can you imagine a child being bullied at home, being abused at home, then going to school to be abused by the teacher, then being abused by a student, then got to go back home to abuse? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, that's why some of these kids end up turning into bullies and end up turning into these mass shootings.
Yep.
Because of these type of things. And speaking about mass shooters, my next article is about Joy Behar making a comment on The View, which is ran on ABC Daily. And you got the Black gun rights advocates mad. Now, they were actually having a show last week. And Joy Behar said the only way she made the statement, because they were saying, how can we get gun control? How can we control it? How can something be done about it? Joy Behar made the statement, once Black people get guns in this country, so a lot of people went all up in air and was mad, calling her a racist. But technically she was right. If they thought we owned more guns than other races, the laws would be tougher.
So let me ask you this. I'm sorry to interrupt. So she suggested that the loose gun laws will rapidly change once black people get guns in this country. I beg to differ. The loose gun laws gonna change once we see you see how all these white kids shooting up these schools. They can maybe change some laws now. But I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's when they're gonna start changing these laws, when all these shootings, they children start shooting. Once their children start shooting up one another and start shooting up everybody, that's when they're gonna change the gun laws. I don't know why. Anyway, go ahead, April. I'm sorry.
No, but most of them do the mass shootings. Now let a whole bunch of us start doing them, which we have. Oh yeah, they'll change everything. And she's right. Once we start doing what they're doing, everything changes. Everything changes. Anybody have any comments that they want to add?
I just don't understand her statement. Once black people get guns in this country, gun laws will rapidly change. Like, black people have guns, so I don't understand.
We know they have guns.
I don't understand.
They have guns. But what she was saying, and I'm not offended by it, won't nothing change until they think we have as many guns as they have. And she's right. So moving right along, because we got a great Juneteenth show lined up. Hey now. My girl Monique. We talked about Monique. Talked about Monique last week, and I said, D.L. Hughley, he could have let her have her shine.
Right.
But she had just come back. Well. Check this out. Monique can talk about D.L. Hughley. Her sister can keep giving interviews talking about her and the family. But hey, eat your heart out. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Steve Harvey, and thanks to 50 Cent. Monique, 54, a comedian and precious Oscar winner. Guess what?
What?
She reached the $50 million.
Shut up.
Lawsuit agreement against Netflix.
Shut up.
Over racial and sexual discrimination.
Can I give Monique a hand clap for that? Hold up.
$50 million. Remember, this is what started it all. Monique said, hey, pay me like you pay the men and the white women. I can sell out. I've been in this game. All of them shunned her. They shunned her. She's a shining star now. Monique got them coins. 50 million.
So what was her sister saying?
Her sister was just saying the family is embarrassed with her and all kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess she wasn't close with the family. I don't know. I don't know. The parents are dead now. I remember the parents was on Oprah and they said they did the best that they could do to help Monique. And again, here we go with the woman that was molested by and violated by her brother. we can't say how Monique felt about that. You know,
Right.
again, as Black people, we send little Billy Bob away for the summer. You know, we send them down south of Mississippi as a
Right.
little punishment. We don't have them go get therapy. I don't know if they took Monique to therapy because that never left her.
Right.
And so we can't speak for these people on how they're going to feel and how much childhood trauma they have. And look at this. We got Monique finally reaching $50 million, and she still has childhood trauma from being abused.
Mm, mm, mm.
So, Monique, eat your heart out, baby. I bet you Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Steve Harvey, none of them can say nothing. She
Right.
started demanding, I want the same pay. It only took her 3 years, and Netflix has to pay her. They reached, she probably was asking for more. But $50 million? Can't nobody tell her nothing. Ooh, she's getting ready to talk about some folks now.
That's
You
a lot
think
of
you
money.
was on DL? Come on, Monique. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on you to talk about Oprah, Tyler, and Lee, and Steve.
That's a lot of money. $50 million. Who knew she had a lawsuit? I didn't. I didn't know she had a lawsuit. Me too, Just
Yeah.
B. I am surprised that she won. So, you know, she knew what she was talking about the whole time when it came
Right,
to
because
Netflix.
see, when Netflix came to her and offered her a deal, the amount that they wanted to pay her was so low. So she's thinking, hey, I'm Monique. I've been on the Perkins. I'm a comedian. I've been
Right.
on tour. Pay me what you do. The white comedians and the Black men.
Right. Mm.
And you know, they shunned her. She went to
Yep.
everybody and asked them to back her. Nobody really backed her.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, Monique, shut the hell up. Ain't nobody giving up their Netflix for you. Yeah, I was one of them. Yeah, that was me.
You know, and like I said, y'all think Monique was on DL Hughley? It's going to be some atomic bombs dropped now. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because I am.
Stay tuned. We're going to take us a little break right now, y'all. We're going to get us some popcorn, some wine, some juice, some water, or whatever, because we're going to come back and talk about Juneteenth and the Little Rascals and the LGBT community and all that stuff. And I know y'all don't know how all that stuff is connected because I don't either. I'm hoping y'all can tell us once we once we get into it. So listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, a little quick break, and we're going to be right back. Okay?
Okay.
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 This is B Sparrow and BuzzzTweet Radio.
Lately, I've been using my phone to earn some extra cash for groceries, for hair care products, for cleaning products. You heard me right? I used my cell phone to earn extra cash. How do you do that, B? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you how. I installed the ModeApp on my phone. This app is available in the Google Play Store as well as...
This is B Sparrow and BuzzzTweet Radio.
Lately, I've been using my phone to earn some extra cash for groceries, for hair care products, for cleaning products. You heard me right. I used my cell phone to earn extra cash. How do you do that, B? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you how. I installed the ModeApp on my phone. This app is available in the Google Play Store as well as Apple Store. Once the app was installed, I set up my Mode account and started playing music from some of my favorite artists. It's amazing that I made money just by listening to my favorite songs. And you can do this anywhere, while out and about, while traveling, or even while you are working. Search and play music from over 100,000 radio stations. Earn Mode coins while playing music and games on your phone. Redeem for Amazon or PayPal cards. You can also redeem for Visa gift cards and more. I personally prefer to use PayPal, and I cash out about $40 a month. All I had to do was listen to music and they gave me money. You can do the same thing. Hey, you're going to be on your phone anyway. Might as well get paid for it. Install the ModeApp today. An installation link can be found in the description box below. Hey, this is B Sparrow. We're in the middle of a pandemic and there's nothing more important than keeping yourself and your family safe. But social distancing does not have to impact your ability to earn a living. Novi Consultants connects people like you to job opportunities with Fortune 500 companies from the comforts of your own home. Visit www.noviconsultants.com today. Well, all right. We are black and we are back, honey. It's your girl, B Sparrow, April Showers. We here just doing the weekly cap. Y'all, I just wanted to shout out my daughter. She's here with me. Man, I really appreciate what she has been doing for me this week. Shout out to Rockin' with the Truth. Thank you for tuning in, sis.
Yeah, hey, Rockin'.
Me, her, and April, we've been working hard to bring y'all a show, honey.
A better show and more advertising. I am clean. We're going to be getting with you.
Yes.
To, bring your information on here. And we're going to get everybody. We want all vendors who's ever selling any product. We want you to get in touch with us.
Yes.
And on Fridays, we will talk about whatever product you are selling.
Yes. So we got some things coming up.
Hey, I don't know. What does somebody want to send us some deerdos and
girl,
singing deerdos?
We'll auction them off. We'll auction them off. Hey, listen, I just want us to start supporting.
I'm saying that as a joke because that's what one of the families had offered to deal.
Do it. We'll advertise sex toys over here. We'll do it. We'll advertise sex toys over here. Shoot, but just don't send me no dildo though. I don't want no dildo. I got a dildo
with Carol's money.
Oh my gosh! Okay, y'all. So let's
but check this out. That's what the families they were asking for him to do. Seriously.
Wait a minute, Just V. What did she said? The selling ass count. No.
And hey, everybody give a happy belated birthday to Just V. Her birthday was yesterday. And go on my page, April Showers, and I did a birthday show for her.
Hold up. Can I play? Do I have time to play Just V a birthday song?
Huh?
I want to play Just V a birthday.
Okay.
I want to play Just V a birthday song.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I gotta find it. I'm going off script, y'all. I gotta find it though. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Just V. This. I hope you'll be able to hear this. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but this is for you. Here we go. All right. Happy birthday, V, and many, 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 many more. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Y'all know Juneteenth is Monday. Juneteenth. And for those of y'all who don't know what Juneteenth is, we're gonna go over that right quick. Okay.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this presentation.
Yes. So what is Juneteenth? Okay, it marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to take control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people were free. The troops' arrival came at a full 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. I say again, the troops' arrival came a full 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. General Gordon Granger stood on Texas soil and read Confederate General Robert E. Lee's orders number 3. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the executive of the United States, all slaves are free. That's according to General E. Lee. That's what he sent his mans in them to tell the people in Texas that y'all is free now. We's free. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States of this here America and is considered the longest running African American holiday. Now, how many African American holidays we got? I said when I read that now. I want to know how many African American holidays we got since Juneteenth is the longest one, y'all. And when I looked it up, guess how many holidays came up other than Juneteenth? Y'all supposed to say how many? 2. Kwanzaa and Martin Luther King Day. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States. Is considered the longest running African American holiday. We only have 3, including Juneteenth. That's Juneteenth, Kwanzaa, and Martin Luther King Day. What other holidays do we have? Anybody? Okay. Anyway, the Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, had established that all enslaved people in Confederate states in rebellion against the Union shall be thenceforward and forever free. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free any. If we weren't free instantly, y'all know that. They didn't free the slaves instantly. That Emancipation Proclamation did not. Because for 2 years, people in Texas didn't even know.
No,
People in
B.
Texas didn't even know.
No. It's a shame that for 2 years they didn't believe that they were free.
They didn't know that they were free.
No, people was telling them that they were free.
No, they did not know that they were free, honey. They were still because according to this article, some of the slave owners, some of the slave masters did not tell them until after the harvest was done. They wanted them to keep working for them for free before they told them that Abraham Lincoln had freed them. They didn't know. The general didn't come and tell them until 2.5 years later.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Because
after the war, go ahead.
When I lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, they had Juneteenth celebrations.
Yeah.
And they had, and from what I was told, like after they were free, like they were going around telling them, but they just didn't believe it. But I can believe that the slave owners didn't tell them, and I can believe that they didn't believe that they was free because they have been enslaved for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had sent messages. They just couldn't believe it.
So after the war came to a close in the spring of 1865, General Granger's arrival in Galveston that June signaled freedom for Texas's 250,000 enslaved people. Emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone. In some cases, enslavers withheld the information until after the harvest. Celebrations broke out among newly freed Black people, and Juneteenth was born. That December, slavery in America was formally abolished with the adoption of the 13th Amendment. In 1865, free men in Texas organized the first of what became the annual celebration of Jubilee Day on June 19th. In the ensuing decades, Juneteenth commemorations featured music, barbecues, prayer services, and other activities. And as Black people migrated from Texas to other parts of the country, the Juneteenth tradition spread. Now, in 1979, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday. Several others followed suit over the years, and in June of 2021, Congress passed a resolution establishing Juneteenth as a national holiday, and President Joe Crow Biden signed it into law on June 17th of 2021. Now, I have some problems with that because this was our holiday. This was our celebration. It belonged to Black folks, but now it's an American holiday, just like hip hop, just like rap. Now it belongs to America. Now it belongs to the United States of this here America. Why we always got to give up stuff, y'all?
And why we got to invite them to the barbecue?
Every time we got to invite them to the barbecue. Why? Now, while reading and studying about the history of Juneteenth, we came across some little rascals. I'm trying to tie this in, y'all. I'm trying to tie this in. We came across some interesting facts about the little rascals while researching this, and how the LGBT community is tied into the little rascals. So how many of y'all know that the character of Buckwheat was originally played by a girl? Just V said Texas still ain't shit.
Wait a minute. What was the question again?
The character of Buckwheat was originally played by a girl.
Really?
Yes. And then they brought William Buckwheat Thomas in. Remember when Buckwheat first came to the Little Rascals, he used to have dresses on and he used to have these little curlers in his hair. This person on the screen right here, is this the first? I think this is the first Buckwheat.
Wow. Ooh, girl.
And her name.
More.
Well, let me just tell y'all this. So William Thomas, nicknamed Billy, was born in Los Angeles, California, on March 12 in 1931, to Will Thomas and Maddie Rutherford. Y'all might know him as Buckwheat. William Billy Thomas. His parents grew up in the same area of Georgia called Douglas in the late 1800s. 2 years later, on July 20th, 1913, William married Maddie Rutherford, and they were both 19 at the time. 2 years later, on April 7th, their first child, Maddie Ruth Thomas, was born in Georgia. It is not clear why, but in 1930, both in their mid-30s, William and Maddie moved to Los Angeles and left their 15-year-old daughter, Maddie Ruth, behind in Georgia. William became a janitor at the Wilton Apartments in Hollywood. About a year later, their second child, William Thomas Jr., also known as Billy, but we know him as Buckwheat, was born in Los Angeles. So, again, Buckwheat's mother name was Maddie Ruth. She married his father, William Thomas. They moved to Los Angeles. They had a little girl. But when they left Los Angeles, the little girl was 15 years old. Okay. So that'll be fine too, Candace. So the creators of the Little Rascals series were looking for an African-American child. Wait a minute, Candace. These notes to replace Stymie?
Yes.
Y'all remember Stymie?
Let me come in.
Come on in, Candace, and take it away, because
everybody hear me. So let me explain this. First of all, this doesn't really have much to do with June.
Can they hear you?
My mic is unmuted. So
okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna mute you.
I'm here. Hello?
April, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Candace take this over. She's in this. I don't know if y'all can hear her when she talks. So please let me know if y'all can hear Candace, aka Love and Sunrays. Let me know if y'all can hear her. Go ahead, Candace.
I don't hear anything. Nothing. No sound.
So we was trying to get Candace on to explain this.
No sound.
Can you hear me? We was trying to get Candace on to explain this Buckwheat story.
No sound.
Can you hear me? We was trying to get Candace on to explain. Okay, but she's gonna leave it in my hands, and I'm gonna explain it the best way that I can according to her notes. So I want y'all to bear with us. Buckwheat, like I was saying, they used to dress Buckwheat up as a girl. When he first came into the show, he was playing the character of a girl. And according to this article, he hated it. So the LGBT community, even back then, was dressing our little boys up in dresses. Even back then, Buckwheat original character was to be a girl, y'all. I did not know this until the other day while doing this research. Yes, even then. So y'all, I don't know if y'all remember.
I tell people, Walt Disney, you had Shirley Temple and
Okay, so let me
the other ones from the little. What did that? He from the Little Rascals.
Candace, come sit here and tell it. Come
Mickey
sit here
Rooney.
and tell it. So my daughter is going to come over here and tell it because she can tell it better than I can. But my thing is, slide the chair over here. My thing is, they was dressing up our little boys in dresses even then, y'all. Even then.
Okay. All right.
Can y'all hear her now?
So basically, I just wanted to put into context how sick this environment was, because this doesn't really have anything to do with Juneteenth, but it is very close. It's the era of Juneteenth, if you think about it, because Buckwheat's parents were born just a few years after Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. So their parents and grandparents were probably slaves.
Probably.
So Buckwheat's grandparents were probably slaves, and some of the other cast members' relatives were probably slave owners. We don't know, but
speaking of the other cast members, did we mention how tragic? Okay, go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead.
So Buckwheat. There's not a lot of information about Buckwheat. If you Google him right now, you will not find a whole ton of information about him for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But I did a little bit of digging and noticed some things about his history that was really strange and sick. And it kind of aligns with a lot of the things that my mother talks about on B Sparrow Talk a lot. She talks a lot about the transsexual agenda in the Black community, the emasculation of men in the community, the sick agendas that they are, putting on children and stuff like that. And I realized through this research that this has been happening way longer than we think, way longer. So, oh my God, it's just so disgusting. It's so disgusting and sick. So I just wanted to share this little bit about him with you guys, and we, kind of honor him in a way, even though his history is a bit sad. So, let me go to my notes. He was born in Los Angeles, California, in March 12th, 1931. It's strange that he was born there because his parents, Thomas, which I couldn't find any pictures of him. Sorry. But his mother here, they're from Georgia. They're not from North Carolina. They were born in the late 1800s. And around 1913, at the age of 19, they got married in Georgia. 2 years later, they had their first child. So I found out about her through looking at their family tree, because if you look anywhere, it'll say that Buckwheat was an only child. But that's not true.
So
he actually had an older sister who was born in Georgia. She never left Georgia. She was born, raised, lived, got married, and died in Georgia. She never, ever lived in California. But if you look at their address history, the parents out of nowhere, just with no explanation. I couldn't find any context as to why they did this, but they, in 1930, both in their mid-30s, William and Maddie moved to Los Angeles and left their 15-year-old daughter, Maddie Jr., behind in Georgia. And when they moved to California, he became a janitor. The father became a janitor at these popular apartments called the Wilton Apartments in Hollywood. So around the time that that Buckwheat was born, they were looking to replace Stymie because he was getting too old. Stymie was old. Yeah, Stymie's much older than him.
Y'all remember the character Stymie in the Little
Stymie,
Rascals?
and I don't have a picture of him to pull up right now, but I mean, not alone. And I don't want to pull up his picture yet because it's important.
Go ahead.
Stymie, yes. So Stymie, the character Stymie, he was being replaced because you know how it was on Little Rascals. There's been many Little Rascals, there's been many Buckwheats, there's been many other characters before because once they get old, they replace them once they start getting older. So Stymie was starting to get older, and they were looking for the new Stymie. And what the producers of the show did was they started holding these monthly talent searches, talent shows, talent contests to discover who would be the new Stymie.
New Buckwheat.
No, the new Stymie. Okay. There wasn't really a Buckwheat. The Buckwheat didn't really exist yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So right before they had some trouble replacing Stymie. Stymie was still on the show even though he was getting older, and you'll notice he did start to get a little bit on the taller side before he disappeared.
Did they dress Stymie up in girls' clothes too?
No, they never dressed him up in clothes.
Stymie probably like, I ain't going for that. You look like he didn't take that.
Okay, but one of the things people don't know is that Stymie's sister was actually the first Buckwheat.
Stymie's sister?
Yes.
His real sister.
His actual real sister. Okay?
So Buckwheat's character was originally a girl.
Yes. So Matthew Stymie Beard, his younger sister, Carlina, I believe that's how you say her name. She is the first Buckwheat. She's the first makings of Buckwheat. So her character's name was actually Marmalade, and she played his little sister in the show. She was his sister in real life, and she played Stymie's little sister in the show. She's the makings of Buckwheat. Buckwheat slowly began to transform from Marmalade into Buckwheat once the actress Willie Mae Walton was casted. So let me go back to my notes because there's history there. So the first Billy Buckwheat Thomas did not become Buckwheat right away. Okay. When he first appeared, he was in season 12, episode 4 called For Pete's Sake. He was featured as just another member of the gang. You know what I mean?
This Buckwheat right here.
No. This Carlina Bird here. She's the first. William Mae Walton is the second Buckwheat. So she's the second makings of Buckwheat. Okay. So let me go back to my notes here. So he was featured as just another member of the gang. He was just in the background. He was dressed kind of like a little girl, but he was just in the background. She was playing Buckwheat. Carlina Beard was playing Buckwheat or / Marmalade in the episode. In the same episode where he was starring as what looked like they couldn't really. He appeared what seemed to be like another little girl, although no one knew for sure exactly what he was. Like they couldn't tell what he was. He was androgynous. That's what they call him. So once Willie Mae was removed from the show, then suddenly we get this.
And that's a boy.
And this is William. This is this little boy here. William Buckwheat Thomas. Okay? This is him. So you can see he's wearing a girl outfit. He got girl boots on.
And the hair.
And the crazy thing that people don't know about this is that his mom is actually the one who dressed him. So let me talk about this contrast because she made history with his contracts. I guess the question I have for people is, was it really worth it? Because she made history, but at the same time she exploited her son and dressed him like a little girl.
Like a lot of these parents do it today.
Exactly. In
the LGBTQ community.
So here are some interesting facts about this that people don't know. He absolutely hated dressing like a little girl. He hated it. He would rip the costumes off as soon as they finished filming because he didn't like wearing girls' clothes. Okay.
I never knew this.
He did not like it. Okay. Another thing they don't know is his mother landed him a contract at a time where many show mothers, they call show mothers the ones that take their kids around to auditions and stuff like that. Because she actually landed a contract that show mothers, regardless of race, really couldn't get back in the day, which was let me see, how much was it? She got like $40 a week for his contract, which was high even for white actors, white child actors. Yes, for some reason. So that's one thing I noticed about this too. There was actually another androgynous character. Buckwheat was not the only one. There was another black boy on there that dressed like a girl as well, and he was paid more than the other Our Gang members on Little Rascals.
So did they dress any of the white kids, white boys like girls?
I'm pretty sure they did have an episode or two where it jokingly happened or something, like, because I watched it as a kid, but the characters were not androgynous or there was no confusion about what their gender was. The black characters were the only ones where it was confusing. We never really got a true little black girl on Little Rascals.
Right.
We got a little bits of a little girl, but the heavy character that played a female little girl was a boy.
Wow.
So
why wouldn't they just hire a little girl instead of making a little black boy a little girl? Why wouldn't they just hire a little girl?
I mean, let's look at the first one right here. Carla is adorable. This is Carla. I had more pictures of her. I don't know what it's called. And here's Willie Mae. They're cute. So why wouldn't you just cast a little girl? I don't understand that myself. Yeah, it's sick. So with a lot of people also don't know about these crazy outfits that they were putting him in, was that his mom actually dressed him and she had her own separate contract, which was also unheard of.
Why did she have to dress him?
They didn't want to touch no black boy.
Wow.
So she had a separate contract to be on set with him all the time to get him prepared for his scenes all the time, and and she got paid. So my question to the black community is, was it worth it? He made history because you have to keep in mind that he was playing a little black boy in a classroom of white children at a time where that was not actually possible. He was actually living in segregation in his real life, but playing a character that wasn't in a segregated society. And he actually, if it were not for Buckwheat, we wouldn't have the entertainment, we wouldn't have the place of entertainment that we have today. So my question is, like, was it worth it?
Well,
was it worth it?
I don't
made
know.
History, but you made history as a mockery, right?
As a mockery. Wow, that's what we go through and still going through. They put out little boys in dresses in Hollywood. What is up with that? Why? Why they want to see our men in dresses so much?
By landing the contract, she scored a victory that few stage mothers achieved back then. Her triumph was not even just a triumph for black children actors, but black men and women, period, in the entertainment industry. So if it weren't for her, we really would not have Denzel Washington. We wouldn't have none of these people today, because she opened the doors for these people.
Buckwheat originally was a little girl. Character was a little girl. I never knew that till the other day. Did anybody else know that in the chat room? Did anybody else know that Buckwheat's character was a little girl in the beginning? Yep.
So as Stymie was actually taken off the show, then Buckwheat was transitioned into a male character. And from that day forward, that's the Buckwheat that we all kind of remember is the malest looking version. But I remember we had the black and white VHS when I was a kid. I remember seeing Buckwheat in the dresses and stuff. I remember seeing those episodes. And I was confused. I thought, because they even had the characters dressed as male and female in the same episode. So it's really confused children.
You said that Stormy played, was it Stormy you said that played 2 parts in one episode? He played a little girl?
No, there was another character called Farina. I'm about to look her up right now, y'all, and I'm not lying right now. This is the truth.
And what Farina do?
Farina from Little Rascals was another Buckwheat. She dressed like Buckwheat, but it was a girl. It was a boy.
Oh, it was a boy.
Mm-hmm. And then they slowly made him masculine too. He would flip from masculine to feminine in the same episode. He would wear a dress. He would wear boy clothes. He would,
So I would like to know, why does Hollywood want to keep our men in dresses? Why do they want to keep emasculating our men? What is that about? Is that some type of fantasy thing, or what is it that you want to keep emasculating our men? God almighty knows.
He is. A lot of his pictures are masculine, but he has ribbons in his hair, which is just like Buckwheat, which is really strange.
You gonna put him up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
Shout out to the chat room. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share. I know these views are gonna go up once we shut it down, because last week we got like what 150, 160 views after the show. No problem. We still take it. But I thank y'all. Want to thank y'all for sliding through. I really appreciate it. This is our weekly cap. We would be doing this every Friday. And then we're probably going to be opening up a round table on Saturday nights. We're not sure yet. We're going to come together on that. Me and April, and who else, April?
We got a lot of people. Hold on. I found something to wipe my screen off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, we got some things. We got some good things coming along.
Yeah, we got some good things coming up. We're partnershiping with other channels.
Everything I'm finding
on the round table discussions. And we just got some great things coming up.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Excited.
I am.
And learning about stuff like this, like I never knew.
Me neither.
Buckwheat was a girl at first.
Me neither.
Yeah. So
I always thought Buckwheat was a boy.
I always thought he was. Well, me too. Me too.
Y'all, I'm producing now. I'm still learning.
The best of opportunities. They got 2 checks. So.
Oh, I remember this person.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Farina, but I didn't know that they was dressing him up as a girl either.
Yeah, he was meant to be a girl.
Rocking with the truth said
so,
she sold her child back then.
Now, y'all want to do that? I remember Farina. I thought he was a boy.
Yeah. A lot of people thought he was a girl. I'm not finding the pictures of him where they had him dressed like a girl, but I saw video of it on YouTube. And I was like, wow. But yep, he had ribbon in his hair. He was the makings of, he was before Buckwheat. And he was the makings of Buckwheat.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Here he is when he was real small. And it was when he was real small that he had more girly outfits on too.
So they've been doing that to our boys for years. They've been putting our boys in dresses for years, y'all.
Let me see if I can find Farina in a dress.
Wow. There goes Stormy right there.
Yeah, there's Stymie.
Stymie right there.
Mm-hmm. So let me go to him. Stymie.
Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that either, April. I really never knew that.
And like Rockin said, parents were selling their children back then too.
His sister. So this is Stymie. This is Carlina here.
Wow.
And she's Marmalade. Yeah.
But see, that's what we do over here on BuzzzTweet Talk Radio. We're going to give y'all something to grasp, something to hold on to. We're going to try to teach some things, lay some things out, because like I said, my daughter was the one that brought this out to me. She said she always knew that Buckwheat's character was a girl. I didn't.
I didn't know it was a girl when I was a kid, of course, and I didn't find out till I was an adult. But I thought Buckwheat wearing the girl clothes was a joke. I didn't know it was. I didn't know that it was a female character. I didn't know that it was supposed to be a female character. I thought it was a boy in a dress as a joke.
That's an agenda.
But no, it was actually it. You know, there were girls casted as Buckwheat. When the boy got casted, they kept it as a girl at first and slowly transitioned to a boy, which is really weird. So technically, Stymie's little sister transformed into a boy.
Wow.
Ew. I mean, and it's just, you got to remember, these children are 3. Buckwheat was 3 years old. He had no idea what was going on. They were sexualizing him. And I don't understand why it's just the black children. So that series is actually like, it's sick. It's sick. In doing the research for this,
was watching it
and didn't even realize. I loved it as a kid. I watched it with my little sister, with Zoe, when she was born. She loved it. It's just, ew.
And that's it. Is that it?
As I was researching this, my stomach was literally churning. It was disgusting.
Wow.
Ew. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's all of it.
Wow.
So that's, of course we got Dwayne Wade's son doing what he's doing now, because Buckwheat can't do like that.
And who knows what they were doing before Buckwheat? Who knows what they was doing to our brothers and sisters and uncles, and to our uncles and fathers and forefathers in slavery? Who knows? Just V says she thinks that his family made the best out of their opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's between a rock and a hard place. But at the same time, I do question morally what the parents were thinking. Like, were they exploiting their own child for a check? Or were they thinking in game where we are at right now? Like, were they thinking about the future of...
So Moshe said it wasn't worth it, and he did not know that Buckwheat was a male. That he always thought that Buckwheat was the male.
No, Buckwheat was a girl character.
And he also said in the Lassie show they used a male collie dog. Male collies are bigger than female dogs.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I understand that. And we wouldn't.
But Lassie was a boy, right?
Lassie was a girl.
A boy dog.
No, Lassie was supposed to be a boy. Lassie's a boy.
So Moshe said Hollywood fear black masculine men. They ain't threatened by soft, effeminate black men. Wow, y'all.
Yeah, Lassie's supposed to be a boy.
Just wow. And can y'all imagine Buckwheat he hated wearing those girls' clothes? She said he used to rip them off. Yep. Rip them off. Not take them off, but rip them off.
And he's 3, so he, have that kind of awareness that I don't want to wear girls' clothes and rip it off. Like, and then you can put it back on him. Like, if my child did that, I would be like, he hates this. I'm not putting this back on him. But I'm from 2022. I don't know how badly or how strongly they felt about being represented in the entertainment industry. Like, they may have felt strongly about that and felt like it was worth all the, because I'm pretty sure they endured more than what we know.
Wow.
Because black entertainers are still experiencing racism now, and they're not talking about it like that in the industry. So I can imagine if it's still going on now, it had to be pure hell back then. But like Just V said, the check had to be worth it. It was worth it. So I don't know.
Because, she said, I don't think his parents were even able to understand that anything was wrong with it back then. Yeah, because we didn't know that men weren't supposed to wear women's clothing back then, and women wasn't supposed to wear men's clothing.
But there's no way you didn't pick up on the fact that your black child and other black characters on this series are the only ones being put in these dresses and actually playing full on reading lines for a female character. Like, there's no way you don't know that there's something odd about that, especially since no one else on the cast is doing that.
Financial choice. I'm sure they paid. She said it was a financial choice. I'm sure they paid more than being a janitor.
Right. And then I'm like, well, I know he didn't go all the way to Los Angeles to become a janitor, right? I was thinking, hey, they must have had Buckwheat, saw something in him, and then traveled all the way to Los Angeles with him, for these auditions and stuff, right? No, they moved to LA a whole year before Buckwheat was even born. So it's like, what did you even move there for, first of all, in your mid-30s? And then you pushed your kid as a 3-year-old to become an actor. I don't know.
Well,
maybe it was all about the coin. Maybe it was
all about the coin.
And we still do. If that's the case, Black people still doing that today too, kind of selling out the community in order to get that check. So, because
So do y'all think Buckwheat family sold out?
They did.
Buckwheat family sold out.
They did, Mom. Come on. Even if they meant well, they still sold out. Technically.
Man, we should have had a Little Rascals theme song playing up here, boy.
It's creepy to me now. I don't want to hear it. It's creepy.
Baby girl, it's gonna be a whole lot of things that's gonna make you.
That's right. See, somebody agreed. I know that's right, Just V. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to get out of the situations they were in. I get it, but and they had, you know what? I'm cool with them selling out. The ones today, y'all, they're the ones that should be ashamed. The ones that they know better. They don't have to be for real. Yeah. So they had to do what they had to do.
What's that boy name that played on Roll Bounce with Bow Wow? Brandon Jackson. Jackson. He wore a dress, and I ain't heard from him since Roll Bounce. Let me see. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Remember Flip Wilson, Geraldine?
Yep, Flip Wilson. This guy.
Flip Wilson, then she would be Geraldine. Yes, ma'am.
This guy right here, Candace. You know I'm going to show him on the screen. Brandon T. Jackson. He wore a dress in with Martin Lawrence. Big Mama House 2, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And you ain't heard from him since.
Yeah, yeah. I saw him on something recently, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, y'all, it's 1:54. We right on schedule, April. Right on schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, y'all. I want to thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all for bearing with me and my poor producing skills.
My daughter has been producing my last few shows, so she's going to be producing some more. She has done a lot, and I really appreciate her. I'm going to miss her when she go back to North Carolina at the end of the week. I'm going to miss her, but she's been here since May.
I can still do it from there. It's going to be even better from home because I'm going to have 2 monitors. And
so,
well, we really appreciate having a youngster help us.
Yes. Because, girl, we was just up here just doing stuff. Didn't put nothing in order. We was just doing it.
Monster Moshe got the tea. He said playing that role messed him up. He said playing that role messed him up a little bit. I think I heard something about that too. I think I heard that he said that as well. Yeah. And he died real. This is what you were talking about. Buckwheat actually died really young. He died at age 49 from a heart attack.
And not only that, the whole Little Rascals cast died tragic lives.
So I think that sick Hollywood.
Remember Darla? Remember Darla, Alfalfa? They died tragic lives. And even Robert Blake, who played Porky. Remember Robert Blake? Beretta? April, you remember Robert Blake who played Beretta? Anyway, y'all know Robert Blake that played Beretta. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. He played Porky, but he grew up. He was the only one in the industry to continue to have to work. Well, when he got older, he was accused of killing his wife. He got acquitted, but he was accused of doing it. He got acquitted because they didn't have enough evidence. So, yes, y'all. I really listen.
You know what? Reading stories like this, I am just thankful. I would love to be rich, but I would have never wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
I
used to
forgot
want
who
to
I
be
heard.
famous.
I forgot who I heard say this, but they said anyone who wants to be famous and doesn't have to be is crazy.
Mm. How do you
Or something like that.
famous?
Some people do have to be like the president. He might not want any notoriety or to be noticed at all. He just wants to do his job, but he has to be a celebrity. He has to be popular.
So Massimo Shea said Alfalfa was on drugs, alcoholics, and he used them. They used them and throw them away. You're right.
Yep.
You are absolutely right.
They threw them away like nothing. If you watch Little Rascals, you'll see multiple alfalfas, Darlas. It's like
there was multiple alfalfas too?
There was more than one alfalfa, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, there's more than one, all of them, Mom. There was a whole different cast in the beginning. The one that we know with Buckwheat is like the 4th or 5th cast.
But see, but me being older, I should recognize the different casts.
No, but that's way before you even.
So
Little Rascals is way before you.
I know that, but they didn't air them.
They only aired the ones that were closer to Buckwheat, closer towards the end, because Buckwheat was on there. He was on so many episodes. He's the most. One thing we have to say about this, though, let's end this on a positive note. Buckwheat is the most beloved character on Little Rascals. People loved him back then, and they love him now still. So, he was on all of the he stayed up with them to the end of the Our Gang series. And yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to thank y'all for sliding through and just chopping it up with us. I really appreciate it. Y'all could have been somewhere else doing something else, but you decided to come here and get this weekly cap with B Sparrow and April Showers, and we appreciate it. We really do.
Here. This is April Showers, and I really appreciate you guys supporting us every Friday. Bear with us as we're making this transition to make the show better. We do have us a younger now that's helping us, so I can get these voices transferred with products and everything. So just bear with us.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
so grateful.
Y'all make sure y'all go and check out the new website, BuzzTweet.com. That's our new website right there. BuzzTweet.com. We're gonna be doing a lot of things, y'all. Make sure y'all go and check it out. What else, April? What else we got going on? Oh, we're gonna be doing a live stream tomorrow night with the little grown-up boy Larry. What's his website name? What's his page name? Little grown-up, little grown boy. Grown little boy.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully we'll have him on tomorrow. And the young lady, I Am Queen. Gonna hopefully have them on the show tomorrow night. So we don't really have a lot of time to put this show together. So we're just gonna be chopping it up, getting to know one another for future shows. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Anything y'all want to say before we bounce out of here?
We sure appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just hope that y'all have a wonderful Shabbat. Y'all know the Shabbat, the Sabbath begins at sundown. You know, do something you ain't did before. Leave the TV off and pick up the Bible. Read a couple of verses. So the Sabbath begins tonight at sundown and it ends tomorrow at sundown. That's our Sabbath. Do something, y'all. To let the Most High know that you honor him and you praise him and you give him all the glory. I mean, that is if you are a believer. Candace, can you pick my charger? My charger fell out of mine. It's right there. Right here. Yeah. So that's it. Oh, and April, you want to talk about that prayer? Before we go, you want to talk about?
We had a prayer challenge. So today, if you want to post a prayer today, post a prayer. This country needs a lot of prayer, regardless of whatever higher power you serve. Everybody enjoy their Juneteenth weekend. We'll see you all tomorrow night. April Showers, I'm out.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to play one song and then we're going to be out of here. Hopefully see y'all back here again next Friday, God willing. But in the meantime, in between time, I will be uploading some, little videos just to hold y'all till Friday. Okay, it's your girl, B Sparrow, BuzzzTweet Talk Radio. Y'all, holla at y'all girl. Okay? Okay.
Here we go again, Israel. A lot of Israelites is going back into the world, and I can't figure it out. I mean, where you gonna go? Where you gonna go after you heard this truth?
I've got a question. I don't think you know. If you leave this truth, where can you go? 'Cause there ain't nothing out there. Oh, there ain't nothing out there. Oh no. See, you can run, but you can't hide. 'Cause what you're looking for, you'll never find. 'Cause there ain't nothing out there. Oh, there ain't nothing out there. Oh no. You can love all day, all night. Yes, you can. Around the world 3 times just to find. There ain't nothing out there. Nothing out there for you. Oh no. So what you gonna do? Ain't nothing out there for you. Oh, ain't it funny how things work out? I never thought I'd be here, 'cause I was so caught out. But there ain't nothing out there. Oh, yeah. There ain't nothing out there. Oh no. I remember like it was yesterday. You couldn't tell me nothing. Living in a kind of way, but there ain't nothing out there. There ain't nothing out there. Oh no. You can look all day, all night. Travel around the world 3 times, but there ain't nothing out there. So there ain't nothing out there.
BuzzzTweet Radio. You're listening to BuzzzTweet